Get ready for the smackdown. Get ready for the smackdown. How you gonna react when you're put in the back now? 'Cause there's no turning back when you're facing the smackdown.
Alright guys, back again, down to the final two guys. Officially the final two fights for Section 9. And this fight I've actually put together because I thought it would be a very interesting fight. I have two characters in here that I really love and respect. One is from one of Batman's rogues, and another one is a famous Marvel hero that I truly love. Well, like I said, I love both of them equally for both other reasons, but enough about me talking about who they are. Let's get down to who they are. So I pit Matt Murdock, the man without fear, Daredevil himself from Marvel Comics, versus Thomas Elliott, aka Hush. Ty, I hope you're watching this, bro. Yeah, Thomas Elliott, Hush. Alright, yeah, so Daredevil versus Hush. I thought this would be a very good battle, a battle of wits, not just hand-to-hand combat, because both of these characters are very highly intelligent. And like I said, have a lot of respect for both of the characters, and as well as I've always said it like this, guys. You know, I always talk about, oh, you can throw all of Batman's rogues and put them in the Marvel universe and have them go against Spider-Man, and you can put all of Spider-Man's rogues and put them against Batman, but you can also put all of Batman's rogues against Daredevil as well. So that's where this idea came from. So, in the meantime, let's talk about Double D himself. Daredevil, Matt Murdock. We all know the story about Murdock. Blinded as a kid by radiation. And from that experience, what happened to him, he was officially blinded, but he gained a certain radar sense. And also it heightened his other four senses. So pretty much he's like a bat, like echolocation. Everything of all his other senses are superhumanly. Smell, taste, touch, hearing, all that is heightened. By day he is a lawyer. So once again, very intelligent. By night he's the vigilante, the protector of Hell's Kitchen. That is a certain area in New York that he protects. He is an Avenger. He is a part of the Avengers now, which is really, he's part of Luke's team of Avengers. After he had saved Luke's baby girl, Danielle. He is highly skilled with his billy club, and he used that very well. And it helps him get around the city as well, you know. From, you know, it has like a grapple hook and things like that where she's able to lodge onto and swing through the cities at night. And Daredevil also is a skilled martial artist. He learnt from Stick, who was actually blind. Stick was born blind, and he taught Matt everything he knew about the art of combat and hand-to-hand combat and things like that. Matt is probably one of the closest friends of Spider-Man. Matt definitely, and Spider-Man and Matt are really close. They are really close friends. The only other closest friend I can say that is the equivalent of how close then Daredevil is to Spider-Man is Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. So you see the friendship between Daredevil and Matt, and Daredevil and Spider-Man. Daredevil has gone up against. He doesn't really have a big rogues gallery that a lot of people, talk about in terms of, when you think about Daredevil, most of the people you think about is Kingpin, who is also a Spider-Man villain. Of course, Bullseye. I guess you could put Mr. Fear, Stiltman, Gladiator, people like that. And yeah, Mysterio has played a big role with Daredevil as well. Mysterio actually killed Daredevil's wife at one point, so there's a grudge between that. Daredevil is always thinking on his feet. He never rushes into battle. He's very much as they call a swashbuckling ninja as way. He never goes into a battle half-cocked. He always thinks before acting. And there's only been a certain occasions where Daredevil has used that, going into a fight half-cocked. When he fought Gladiator, injured, to save somebody he loved. Okay, but does he have weaknesses? Yes. I mean, his senses are kind of his weaknesses as well. He can be overwhelmed by. He's tried to master his overcoming those, but sometimes you can overload his senses by, like for example his hearing, super hearing, can be overloaded by something overloading that. His radar sense has been overloaded. When Captain America wanted to test if Daredevil was still in right mind after what happened in Shadowland, he used chaff grenades to overload his radar sense. And I thought that was really smart for Captain America to do that, to test him if Daredevil was still Daredevil and not the demon-possessed Daredevil. But he's still a cool character nonetheless. So we move on to the DC Universe. And I'm sorry if I talked a little bit more about Daredevil, guys. I apologize. But, I'm just trying to inform you guys. So we move on to the DC Universe. And we'll move on to Thomas Elliot, a.k.a. Hush. Thomas Elliot, a.k.a. Hush, was a childhood friend of Bruce. His family and Bruce, the Waynes, were both come from, they both come from rich bloodline, and they were very close, him and Bruce, as childhood friends. However, there was a difference. While Bruce loved his parents, Tom hated his parents. So you know what he did? Guys? He cut the brake lines of their car, and he wanted them to be killed. And Thomas Wayne, Bruce promised Thomas that he would help his parents, and Bruce's father saved his family. However, he saved his mother, but not his father. His father died, and that really much set a course of everything, of him becoming what he is now. Besides that, becoming the villain known as Hush, Thomas is a true intelligent neurological genius level intelligent surgeon. He is profound as a plastic surgeon. He repaired the scar tissue of Two-Face not too long ago, during the old 52. Just like Bruce, he has no superhuman ability, so he relies mostly on his intelligence and athleticism, as well as he is a skilled martial artist as well. And he's able to hold his own against Batman in hand-to-hand combat. He is an expert marksman, and his traditional weapons are two .45 caliber pistols. He is a master strategist and manipulator. This guy is responsible for setting in motion a lot of grand series of events in arm to kill Bruce. So you can't knock that. I remember seeing Hush for the first time and I used to always say, "Who is this Mummy Man?" Like, and but I always had a lot of respect for Hush. For all you who don't know, Hush is probably one of my favorite. Is my friend Deadpoolzilla's favorite rogues of Batman. He loves Hush, and I love him too. But I think his likeness is above mine in terms of that. But he is very skilled and very much. When you got somebody who is skilled at neurosurgeon and neurology and knows the human body, I've always said doctors could make very profound villains because they know the human body so well. It's scary, and that's the same thing with Hush. He is that scary, and badass, so to speak. I can't just put he's scary, but he's badass as well. And when you got intelligence and skills to back up your claim, you just make a very, very badass villain. And I hopefully will see him in the New 52 sometime in the future, sometime. But yeah, you got to give a lot of big ups and respect to Thomas Elliott, aka Hush. So, in terms of a battle between these two, like I said, a battle of wits is definitely going to play a lot in this. Especially for two characters that have never met. But Daredevil would definitely realize, okay, this guy ain't in his right mind. Okay, this guy is dangerous. So all the attributes that I've given you, I could see Hush trying to shoot Matt, and Matt is Daredevil. Hush is a very good marksman, but Daredevil would see the bullets coming, thanks to his radar sense, and be able to dodge no problem. So he's really, and if in terms of a martial arts battle, I can see it going pretty much grandstand, hand-to-hand combat for a while, but I can see also Daredevil taking advantage of that very quickly in terms of martial arts skill, prowess. I think in terms of martial art prowess, Daredevil might have the upper hand, even though Hush is a good martial art, and I just said he can go toe-to-toe with Batman, but I still see Daredevil kind of having a slight edge over that. But it's definitely going to come down to wits, pretty much. As I said, Hush is a grand scheme manipulator, and I can see Hush trying to use every trick in the book to try to, get Matt to submit, or even using some of Matt's rogues to even help him. Using them we're gonna kill off Daredevil, and hence he could even use. He can even dress up like Daredevil and try to trick everybody in the way. There are so many things I can see Hush doing besides just going toe-to-toe with him to defeat the Man Without Fear. But I can't really say who would win. I leave it up to you guys. Daredevil? The Man Without Fear himself? Or Hush? The manipulative Hush. And I hope you guys enjoyed this fight. I really had a grand time building this fight up and talking about these two characters. This is another milestone for me. I've never used Hush in a fight, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've used Daredevil before, and this is probably the third time using Daredevil, and it's always a pleasure to have Daredevil in a fight. Very much, because Daredevil is not somebody you can, he can be defeated. Okay, let's say it like that in a way. Unlike some certain other people. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned. And stay tuned for the final scheduled fight for Section 9. Be here or be square. Y'all know the slogan. Battle on.